Hey, this is Redban, and you're listening to Muff Said here at DeathSquad.tv. Don't forget, our Death Squad store is open. Go to ShopSquad.tv to buy the official Death Squad Kitty Cat t-shirt. These are limited edition. This is the third shirt, so get it before it sells out, because every time it does, I have to hear you guys bitch and scream that I didn't warn you. Here's your warning. Anyways, also check out DeathSquad.tv for all our tour dates, because we take Death Squad on the road all the time. We're going to Phoenix, Arizona this Thursday, me and Tony Hinchcliffe. It's going to be awesome. We're going to stand up live. Tickets are on sale right now at standuplive.com. The following day, we are going to Columbus, Ohio, my hometown, Tony's hometown. We're being joined by Tom Segura, and if you know him from Your Mom's House. We're also being joined by Christina Pajitsky, and it's going to be a great Death Squad super show. And then LA Podfest. Death Squad's going to be there. We're doing two shows. We're doing a live Kill Tony, if you are a fan of that show. And then we are also doing a Kevin Pereira Pointless. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Go to lapodfest.com for your tickets. And now here's a brand new episode of Muff Said.
Though this week is a little bit weird. Nick Ahrens is making something very wonderful and very top secret, which is why we have not been on the air. And I missed you guys so much that I asked the wonderful Chad Kultgen, who you remember from other episodes, the greatest squirrel photographer in the world and best-selling author, Chad Kultgen, to fill in as my guest co-host.
That's correct. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, so Chad and I have been playing a lot of Magic the Gathering recently. And we recently named our group Vagic the Gathering because we are mostly female.
Now I see why you're playing.
Because Magic is the most well-balanced card game ever made, I think.
See, Redban makes fun of me for playing Magic the Gathering. He thinks it's stupid.
I'm not really making fun because honestly, I haven't played since I was like 12 years old. But it's just that I can't believe people are still playing it instead of playing Magic, the video game.
See, what I like about Magic is if I'm going to spend time alone with myself, I'm going to masturbate and read comic books. And that takes enough, like, me time. Like, makes me very antisocial. And what I like about Magic is that it's something where that I can spend time face-to-face with my friends.
Plus, you get to collect the cards in real life. If you're playing with the real cards, it's the collection aspect is invaluable to me. That's why I play it.
Have you ever played Pokemon then?
No. Come on, dude. That's retarded.
So we talked briefly about comic books. What I've been reading since I have been on the show is I've kind of been going through like a nostalgia pinup phase. And when I go to my comic book store in San Francisco, I talk to James. I'm like, I want something with boobs or violence or both. And so these books he gave me, one is called Betty Page, Queen of the Nile, and this is drawn by this guy named Jim Sykes, who is kind of a master of pinup comic books. And it's really good. It's like Betty Page gets in all these adventures and like seduces Julius Caesar and goes back into time and
nudity.
Just like it really happened, guys.
So much nudity. It's like he went through every single like sexy pinup of Betty Page ever and turned it into like made it part of a comic book story.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I could get into that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and there's this whole thing where there's two Betty Pages, and one of them ties the other one up. It's good stuff.
Nice.
This is pure smut. I won't stand for it.
And the other thing, if you also like boobies and comic books, is that this is also a super classic. It's called The Complete Canon. It's by this guy named Wallace Wood or Wally Wood. It's a bigger book. It's a larger format. And basically imagine like old James Bond, like rapey, bitch-slapping James Bond, running around fighting evil arch nemesis with lots of cartoon boobies, which...
Back in the day when guys used to rape and not get in trouble for it.
Oh yeah, there's so much. There are so much
Hey,
rape
dude,
movies in
that
this
still
book.
happens today. You just got to live in the right state.
Or be a football player.
Yeah, right. Or have money. Have that AIDS money.
AIDS money?
You know, the money that can get rid of AIDS. It's the same as
yeah.
rape money.
It is the same as rape money.
They call it murder money. They call it a lot of things in these United States.
If you had enough money to get away with anything, what would you want to get away with?
Really?
Really?
Ending religion.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Turning
You
everyone
gotta
to an
pick one
atheist.
thing, like
That's
like
it. Ending religion.
One personal crime that you could commit that you would want to get away with.
Oh, a crime?
Well, yeah, because that's what
I'm not into crimes. But let's be real. The only reason crime exists is because we invented law. Without law, there is no crime. So what you're really talking about is wrongdoing, stepping on someone's toes, disobeying the golden rule, which I don't really ever do because why would you? I don't want to steal somebody's shit. I don't want to kill anybody. I certainly don't want to rape anybody.
No, rape's not fun.
But if you were in like a virtual world, like let's say like Grand Theft Auto, and you're allowed to do anything you want.
Would you pay a hooker to have sex with her, beat her with a baseball bat, and then run her over to get your money
No.
back?
Which, by the way, guys,
No.
scientifically speaking, it's 99.9 infinity% likely that we actually are in a virtual world, that this is a simulation.
Oh yeah, I agree. I talk about it every day.
As do I. I spend a lot of time thinking about that, the nature of reality, all this kind of stuff. The futility of these thoughts as well, I spend a lot of time thinking about.
Wow, dude,
But,
we should talk sometime because I agree 100%, and I think
Yeah.
that the Asians have something to do with the simulation theory. Like there's some kind of guardians or something like that.
I don't know if I'll go that far, but there are actually 2 Russian scientists working on it right now mathematically,
Yeah.
and they think they're very close to proving that we are in a simulation.
They've
mathematically.
already found like coding in
Yeah.
DNA that resembles the same kind of coding like as a browser or an operating system.
Now, what's interesting about that is, are we looking at that and seeing that coding because it's something similar to what we've made, or is it that the code of the overall simulation is so deep in the thing that even the things created by the simulation, us, will recreate that code again and again and again in their own patterns?
Dude, you just blew my dick. I mean, my mind.
Anyway, yeah, dude, I'm happy to talk at length about that until we
Go
die.
ahead, guys. We've got an hour to kill.
No, it's interesting to me, and it's especially weird because the more you think about it and talk about it, here's what I did. I heard about this maybe a year or 2 years ago, and then just jokingly thought, all right, for a while, I'm just going to act like we're in a simulation theory. So when weird things happen, I'm already thinking that process, like, oh no, this is a simulation theory, instead of saying, oh, what's the coincidence of that, or deja vu, But and ever since I've been doing it, it's just been freaking my ass out. The more little weird things that.
Do you think you're freaking yourself out?
Of course, because I'm somewhere in the future playing myself on the iPhone 52000.
But I mean, it really, when you boil down what we kind of know of reality, what we accept to be real,
Right.
that reality behaves in a way that dictates there are certain constraints, certain things that are confined. So when you believe in, let's say, the Christian God, which is a mistake, anyone out there who believes in that. Clearly, the true God is Zorgo, the lake god.
What about the spaghetti monster?
No, there's no God of any kind. But if you do believe in a God, and you believe that God's all-powerful, and you certainly believe that God can produce miracles like raising people from the dead, etc., why do we see none of that? Nothing ever deviates from the normal parameters that we understand reality to exist in, which is more like a computer program than it is like some kind of divine creation where they can do anything they want, this God or gods or whatever. We've never seen any evidence. I mean, any real hard evidence of a miracle. Certainly, there have been some Jesus faces and pieces of toast and shit like that, but
Right. Or we've seen it and we just didn't realize that's what it was. Like it was just a squirrel
I'm
with
sorry.
a hat on, and we're like, how'd that squirrel get a hat on? That's weird.
I don't know. I believe in the simple miracles like indoor plumbing. That shit is magic.
that's
Magic.
technology. That's technology once again, triumphing
Wait,
once again.
But magnets, how do they work?
I think if I could choose anything that to get away with, just to feel what the experience was and shit like that, it would be something crazy. But I would have to make sure like nobody got hurt. Like these were all fake people or something. Like a bank robbery would be fun. Or
Squid
something
orgy.
fun like that.
I want to have my anime tentacle fantasy come to life. That's what I want.
Squid orgy?
Yeah, like all those tentacles up in all my holes, even my ear
Really?
holes.
We could have that
Jesus
happen. I know.
Christ.
We go to Koreatown and get a couple coolers, bring some back to your place.
I think I would do something like more abstract than any of these things. Is money no limit?
Yeah, money's no limit. Grand Theft Auto.
If money's no limit, I would like to take let's say, the entire city of Los Angeles or something, a giant city, maybe Vatican City. Paint the entire thing, every inch of every building, jet black. That would be a cool crime.
Yeah. Or like being able to drive your car around Los Angeles with no other cars in a car that can't get hurt.
That would be cool.
I think
Monster truck style down the 405 during rush hour.
Things that I consider incredibly holy are like great works of art, and I would like to do something unseemly on top of great works of art, but have it actually not really happen at all.
Why not?
Okay.
Everything will be destroyed. You understand that?
I do understand that.
There is literally no reason to preserve anything because it will all end.
But we should enjoy it while we have it.
You have the picture of it.
It's not the same thing. Okay, because I can look at
if it's a painting, it's exactly the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing because I can look at an Yves Klein, at a photograph of Yves Klein, and think that they're beautiful. I can never replace that feeling when I look at those pictures of Yves Klein's in person, where he painted the women in blue and had them roll around on canvas. I literally get turned on when I see that picture in a gallery. When I see those paintings in a gallery, I have a visceral, emotional, physical response to the art.
But seeing an image of that doesn't do the same thing. That's interesting.
It's when you can see like the brush strokes and the artistry and how it all comes together. And you can see how it's made. You can see like the thought process that went into it.
I guess to me, concept is always more interesting in art than actual technical follow through. Like, I understand the concept, and I think that's interesting. To me, it doesn't matter if I'm looking at the actual painting or a picture of it, or even just reading about what it is in that specific case.
See, conceptual art is such a touchy subject because it comes to who was it Duchamp that who sent his this glass sculpture and it broke in transit, and his response to the museum was, well, now it's finished. You know, I love shit like that. It's awesome, you know, and people give Yoko Ono a lot of shit for breaking up the Beatles, but oh, come on, she is one of the most amazing artists of our time. Are you talking seriously? Deconstructionism? Like, deconstructionism went from like a thought and a theory and a movement to something that permeated our world and came out and is like keeps coming back in fashion. What?
Yoko Ono is the biggest piece of shit in this earth.
Why do you
Guys,
say that?
come on now.
Have you ever heard? Well, did you ever see Bill Burr and Yoko Ono's YouTube clip?
Do it.
Please show me that.
God.
I love Bill Burr.
Now,
I can only imagine this is going to be the best thing I've ever seen.
Now, unfortunately, this is something that Joe Rogan has played a million times on his podcast, but I don't think I've ever played it on any of the Death Squads. But so if you guys have seen this, I'm sorry already. But not only is Bill Burr one of the most amazing comedians in the world,
he's a
genius. And I had to follow him the other day, which was so fucking rough. But he did this rant about Yoko Ono while I'm pulling it up right now. He did this rant about Yoko Ono, and then somebody edited it together with the actual video that he was talking about. And this is a perfect example of how I feel about Yoko Ono. Present also, because she still does stupid shit like this all the time. Let's see if we can see if this works.
As much as people talk about the Beatles and how great their music was, whatever you want to say, I totally agree with them. I think they're the greatest band of all time. But I have to be honest with you, John Lennon and Paul McCartney redefined Pussy Whipped. You have to watch this fucking video. John Lennon is singing with Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry is probably one of the main reasons why John Lennon ever picked up a guitar. So now he's on TV. He gets to play with his idol. They're playing Chuck Berry's hit Memphis. Okay, John Lennon's got Yoko in his fucking band. They're in the middle of singing this song on television, and they're killing it. It's going great. Yoko's playing some stupid fucking drum. And even though she has no fucking talent whatsoever, he's putting her in the fucking band just so she'll shut the fuck up and stop nagging him, because he's too much of a fucking pussy to tell her that she has no talent. All right? The only reason why you're here, Yoko, is because you're sucking my dick. All right? No, you can't play the bongos. But anyway, she's up there playing the bongos, right? So John Lennon, Chuck Berry, two of the greats of all time, harmonizing, singing this hit from the 1950s. That's what this moment's about. And Yoko, in the middle of it, can't handle that she's not getting any shine. She takes the fucking microphone out of the stand, starts playing the bongo, and as they're singing, go, go, Johnny, go, whatever, she picks up the mic and I swear to God goes, yeah, some fucking crazy shit. And you see Chuck Berry's eyes fucking open as wide as they are, and it's that fucking look. Dude, you ever have like a buddy of yours and he's dating some fucking psycho, but he's in love with her, so you can't fucking say anything, and you're just sitting there waiting for the fucking lightning bolt to hit your friend in the head, where he finally realizes that he's dating a psycho cunt? Chuck Berry had that look on his face. Dude, I'm not even exaggerating. Yeah, that's what the fuck she did. And Chuck Berry's like, what the fuck? And it's kind of like, John, that's your woman. Get her in line. And John Lennon does not even he doesn't even blink. He just keeps playing. And then she does it again later on in that song. And then you look at all the other musicians, and they just keep playing the song like Yoko isn't even fucking there. And I actually get infuriated when I watch this video, the fact that John didn't just stop playing in that moment. And what he should have done was dressed her down right there. It's like, fine, you want to have a fucking moment? This is your moment. If you ever fucking do that again, I will slap you so fucking hard in the head, your eyes are going to look like mine. Do you understand me? You play that fucking bongo and you shut your face. You look like that bitch who crawled out of the fucking well in Ring. You understand me? I don't even know why I'm fucking you. I could be fucking anybody. You can't play the bongos. You can't sing. Shut your fucking face. And then he just walks back up to the mic and just counts the band back in. Right?
So you get the idea.
You know what?
That's
Fuck
amazing.
that, because
That's
she is a Dadaist-inspired artist. Like, she is, and that is a perfect example of Dadaism. So maybe that was too avant-garde for Chuck Berry, but like, that's what happens when you put an avant-garde artist on stage. That's what's gonna happen. And John Lennon was totally down for this shit because he married her and they like stayed in bed for forever.
No. Back then, Asians were a lot more rare. To him, having an Asian was a symbol, of like world peace and shit like that. Because when I talked to my mom and my dad after watching this Bill Burr video, because I wanted to know at the time, how did people like portray Yoko Ono? Like, were people like, wow, it's she's amazing or stuff? And then my mom said, no, we all hated her. Everybody hated her. And that's what my dad exactly said, almost same words.
Yeah.
Okay, so she wasn't popular.
She was more like a symbol for him to almost like augment his own hatred of the mainstream and kind of like where music was going and all that. It was a way for him to say, fuck everything. I'm doing my own thing, including fucking marrying this psychopathic weirdo.
And that like her going into an art gallery and making noises and screaming, yeah, you can call that art. You can do whatever you want, but I'm not into that art. No. I call that anybody can do that
and
art.
Here's the real telling detail of all of that. If Yoko Ono never meets John Lennon, never fucking gets on that world stage, Yoko Ono is never doing anything in any gallery. No one is giving a fuck about who she is.
She was famous before she met John Lennon.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she was as an artist. She was a known artist.
I'm going to go ahead and say Yoko Ono
Yes,
is far
she
more
got a
famous
lot
for
more
marrying
famous
John Lennon and ruining the Beatles than she is for anything else she's ever done in her fucking life.
But she was still famous before she met him, so you cannot say that the only reason she met him was because she was already famous in her own circles. Yes.
Okay, everybody's famous in their own circle.
We're all vaguely important in, very select very select environments.
Yoko Ono reminds me of the reason why last time I went to LACMA about a year ago, I was pissed off because I was actually spending time going into rooms looking at canvases that were white canvases, and it had something like poor black man drinking some wine, and it was just a white canvas. And I'm just like, oh, this is so deep. I am so blown away. I mean, if you look at Yoko Ono's art, like, oh, look at this masterpiece she's doing. Oh, it's a telephone on the wall. Amazing.
What does that little thing say, though?
I have no idea.
That might actually be cool. Who knows?
She's a Dadaist. Okay, remember Duchamp's urinal?
Mm-hmm.
It's clearly that she's making a reference. Obvious. Never mind. I'm not going to argue conceptual.
All right, wait. Let's look at more of her famous art. A stepladder.
That one I actually know. That one is really super famous. We had a piece. We had a small version of that in my living room growing up as a child. My parents were big Yoko fans. Just fucking kidding. No one had that shit in their fucking living room.
So something has to be popular to be good.
No. It has to be something I can't buy at Target and then put a light bulb on
Something
it.
has to have a
So
fucking.
you're gonna totally disregard Flavin? You want to really get into this?
Flavin. I'm talking about Yoko Ono. I don't even know what Flavin is.
I think for art to be good, it just has to have some kind of cultural impact. It has to have some reference to what's going on in culture, make us come to some greater understanding, question ourselves in some way, whatever. The only thing she ever did.
Her book, Grapefruit, inspired many artists, many famous artists, notably Cyndi Lauper.
Look, this is a fucking retarded conversation.
Okay,
I can't even believe you're defending Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
Universally, everyone hates her. I think we can move on. Except you. You cannot move on.
You know, I like when she takes chances where she puts multiple ladders outside in weird positions.
Okay, so how is this different? I'm not going to get into an installation pieces. We're not going to get into those guys that wrap bridges and whatnot and did the whole.
Okay, I'm gonna recreate a Yoko Ono piece. 2 Coke Zeros and a pack of cigarettes in between. It's amazing.
Dude, that's actually art. If we're on the Yoko Ono scale.
Yeah, because you get it because you know it's like I'm worried about my health because I got Diet Cokes, but yet I smoke cigarettes.
Listen, as an artist, as the world's greatest squirrel photographer, I feel.
Which he is. Make sure to follow Chad on either Tumblr or Instagram because you will get more squirrels you can shake a dick at. I didn't know that there could be that many pictures of squirrels posted even in a day. You do like 7 a day.
But what you're misunderstanding is it's not just photos of squirrels. They're the greatest photos that anyone has ever taken of squirrels. And you laugh at this until you see the photos, and then you're like, oh, he's not shitting. He's real good.
They are spectacular photos
Thank
of squirrels. Tell me about the picture of the squirrel foot that you posted this afternoon.
I like the way squirrel feet look. They're very creepy and weird, but also designed very well. And I just like to take pictures of them. So today, I got one where this main squirrel who comes around, chills out with me, had her little toe crinkled up. So I took a picture of it.
So you, when you first came on the show, you were making friends with
there it is.
Your first
Yoko
squirrel
Ono.
friend.
Should be jealous.
That's better than Yoko Ono.
Oh, a million times better than Yoko Ono.
Thank you.
Right there.
Thank you. Can I break up the next Beatles?
I will pay $100 if that was an art piece. But if Yoko Ono had a picture of a ladder, I would not even pay $1 for that.
There you go.
There weren't pictures of ladders; they were installations of ladders.
Yeah, even worse.
So you know the whole point of like modern art.
She's taking up more space with this fucking bullshit. She could just have some shit on a wall.
The point of like minimalism and installation pieces, and particularly of that time, was not necessarily the object itself, but how the object affected the room around it.
Yeah, it made everyone
Great.
go, what the fuck? How much money did I pay to look at this fucking ladder? I could have bought a ladder. I could have taken this piece home.
Home Depot.
So have you
I
seen-
would say
have you
every
seen-
Home Depot is a better art installation than anything Yoko Ono has ever done.
I wonder if you go to Home Depot, if it's just like the Yoko Ono collection when you go down
And it's the whole place.
the whole place. Hey, have you seen, because you like squirrels so much, have you seen the Squirrels movie trailer?
I can tell you a little story about a meeting I had yesterday regarding that very thing, if you like.
Do you want to watch it first? Ryan, have you seen it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we have watched, but let's watch it again.
Oh, we have watched it.
Let's watch it again.
Okay.
I don't
pretty
remember
good.
shit. Come on.
That's a beautiful day.
Wait, Grandma.
Maybe don't chew your nail.
Why?
It'll get infected.
So?
Your finger could fall off.
That's not true.
Oh, Amy, look here. Why don't you go feed it?
Where do you live, by the way, that there's so many squirrels?
3rd and Doheny.
I meant the actual address. No, I'm just kidding.
Now it's getting weird.
Just follow the squirrels.
Yoko Ono shows up at my house with a ladder.
I heard you were talking about...
Get it. That squirrel's gigantic.
Yeah. They did a pretty good job, though.
Dude, do you know who's making this movie?
No.
The dude who directed Wanted and Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
No way.
It's his production. Poor squirrel.
This is the best part right here. And you know what's cool is it's pretty realistic. It's pretty realistic, actually.
It's just like the birds,
Yeah,
but with squirrels.
So yeah, they're trying to make obviously this horror movie about these squirrels. I saw this trailer online and contacted my agents immediately and said, I need that meeting right now. And they secured it for me. So I had that meeting yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? And they're making that movie, I think.
That's
that's about all I can tell you guys.
Wow, they're actually making. See, because I thought for a second seeing that was just some fun little, like this little company, like maybe a college project or something like that.
Exactly. No,
Wow.
dude, it's a legit production company that makes legit movies. I think they're
Wow.
trying to finance it independently and
Great idea.
make it.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. We'll see how it turns out.
That's great because nowadays with Sharknado and Piranha and Snakes on a Plane, it's like that could be a really fun movie. I think.
That's exactly what I said. I don't know how much I can say about it, but that's exactly what I said.
Cool.
It's very similar to that, or Gremlins, or Critters,
Yes,
or any of the
absolutely.
old 80s horror movies that have like a swarm of things attacking you. And the swarm is what's scary, not the actual individual.
Yeah.
Right.
It's zombies.
Unless one of the
But with
squirrels has a
squirrels.
hat.
I won't say anything else. I have read the script. I won't say anything else. No spoilers from me, guys.
What's so funny is that I know
squirrels
of
are concerned.
another production in New York that's making another squirrel production.
What?
Yeah, I think that we're actually going to see a rash of squirrel
Guys,
movies.
2015, can we just call it Year of the Squirrel? Can we just be done with that now?
Yoko Ono presents
The Year of the Squirrel.
the deepest squirrel movie ever.
Yeah.
It's just a picture of her wall. I don't have windows.
I think it's just fucking ladders. She just puts out some fucking ladders still and calls it squirrels.
So let's. Have you guys updated to iPhone iOS 7?
Okay,
I have an Android.
this is bullshit because my iCloud has been full for forever, and I don't think I'm a particularly heavy user of my iPhone.
Let me explain everything to you. I found out something amazing the other day that most females that I know have this problem, and I was always complex to like, what the fuck is wrong with all these bitches' phones? If you plug in your phone and say you back up to the cloud, or if you plug in your phone and you're like, where's all my fucking storage? What's this other that's like 7 gigabytes that says other? And you're like, what the fuck is that? It's your text messages. Girls never delete their text messages. In those text messages are videos and photos, and it's just like a whole nother photo album that you forget about. This one person I know had like 16 gigs of other. She deleted all her text messages, 16 gigs free. But I think what's happening is that that if you back up to the cloud, it's backing up your text messages also. So when you plug in your new phone, you're getting all your text messages back. That's how it happens. So you're unnecessarily fucking having all this extra cloud storage and buying all this cloud storage and upgrading your phone because you think it for whatever reason, because you're not deleting your text messages.
I don't want to delete my text messages.
There's programs, actually, I looked into it. There's programs, if you look online, that will download all your text messages into like a PDF form or a text message form. I think the program I was looking at was like $19.99, which it's cool because it has a viewer also, so you can look at all your text messages. But maybe check that out, though.
It's a lady problem.
I have
is
an
a lady
Android, and I don't have any of these problems, guys. Don't know what to tell you. Superior tech.
What Android are you rocking?
I have a Samsung Galaxy 3, which is what I take all those squirrel photos with as well.
I have one of those. I'm going to upgrade to the Note 3 next month.
How long is that gonna last?
What?
You're like Apple to the bone, yo.
Well, no. I'm buying my iPhone tonight at midnight, or I'm waking up at 6 in the morning and waiting in line at AT&T to get my new iPhone, like I always do.
Jesus.
Like, yeah.
But no, I have two phones. The other phone, my Galaxy, is like my shit phone. Where like if somebody wants my phone number, I'll be like, oh, here, have this number. Or if I'm in Canada, Android or my plan at Ting.com is way better than any other plan. It's like a bank robber phone, where you pay per use.
Gotcha.
So it's like $14 a month to have
A hooker phone.
a hooker phone.
That's interesting.
But no, I upgraded to the new operating system. Highly recommend it. I heard a lot of shit online about people saying it sucks and whatever. I think they just didn't do it or whatever. I mean, it does look a lot more Android-y, I think. I think it looks a lot more cleaner. But there's so many great features, including swipe from the bottom now gives you like this whole new menu where you can like actually go right into like airplane mode or Bluetooth turn off or on. It gives you a flashlight now built into the operating system.
Just like Android.
Yeah, just like Android. And then it also, it's just everything's a little bit nicer. And surprisingly, it sped up my phone. My iPhone 5. Like, it was kind of a little clunky before, but it's a lot faster with this operating system. So it's nice.
And
I recommend
all I have
it.
to do is delete my text messages.
Delete your text messages. At least delete some of the old ones that you don't give a shit about. Go through, grab the photos, whatever.
If you really need to look at them, the government has them.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very
Go
true.
to the post office.
Just got so many wiener pics. I don't want to lose any of them.
Is that true?
Evidence.
Do you really?
I have a fair amount of wiener pics. Not a ton, but I definitely, there's a solid sprinkling.
Unsolicited or no?
Solicited, for sure.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm a classy broad.
I won't say never. I've had a couple of girls request a dick pic. I've never done it, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Just Google dick pics, bro, and look at one that looks, kind of like yours and send it.
Right. The biggest, blackest dick I can find.
Yeah, it's a little purple because I'm a redhead.
No, I just am wary of it, I guess. I don't know. I just never want my fucking dick to be a picture of my genitals, naked body, or anything like that to be in someone else's hands.
It's
For
probably
them
smart.
to have.
See, I don't give a shit. If it gets out, it gets out. I don't give a fuck. Even if somebody
You've
has
only
a-
taken like 2 dick pics ever.
No, I haven't. I've taken 0.
You're like, I don't give a fuck if it gets out. It doesn't exist. That could be a Yoko Ono thing. Yoko Ono's dick pic, and it's just a picture of nothing.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I love having people's penis pictures. Somewhere on one of my hard drives, I've got like a collection of all of the wieners that I've.
Now, let me ask you this: when you get the dick pic, I'm sure you get them flaccid, erect, everything, right?
Well, if they send me a bad dick pic, actually, I send them back with just directions. I'm like, you're taking it from a bad angle.
You
That's
don't
not
send
flattering.
them back like a bad vagina shot.
No, my vagina is gorgeous. It doesn't take any bad photos.
There's a bad angle of everything.
Yeah, there's a lie. There's a million pictures of my vagina on the internet. I'm sure some of them are bad.
It comes once a month. You're a bad angle.
Oh my god, that is the best. You have to have a fucking period picture that you send back to guys who send you bad dick pics. Just fucking blood all over your internet.
One of those black clots hanging on by a
Yeah.
pube.
Oh my god, please.
Dude, I have so much pube right now. It's really out of
Let's see
control.
it.
So that I can't pull my bush out on Ustream. You're gonna yell. The first time
I can turn the
came
camera on our
Death
faces
Squad, it's pretty crazy right now. So I had been dating this guy, and he had clippers, and I was like, oh shit, I need to borrow those to like defuzz myself. And he's like, oh, I want to do that. And so it's been this ongoing thing where I like promised that he could do it, but A, we've barely been able to see each other. B, I think we just broke up. And C,
You break up a lot.
yeah.
I almost want to date you just to figure it out, and then so I could help you.
I don't think I can be helped.
It has to be like a late night farting thing.
I am
I'm way into that.
I am a sleep farter, and that is the shit
Is that
of
true?
my life. Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna hip you to a secret. I don't know how many girls I've dated. A fair amount. I would say in the 80% range of sleep farting. All of them. Almost all. Because they hold the shit in when they're around
All
you
day.
awake.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they're unconscious, their body just fucking releases. I used to have a girlfriend for a long time that I lived with. And she would like scoot her ass up to my thigh every night. And I am not shitting you. Probably 3 nights a week. I would get awakened by what felt like a light jabbing, like punching to my fucking thigh. And it was her ass slapping on me with farts.
Oh no, the worst is when you get shit dick from it. Like where you have your dick in between her legs, and when you're sleeping, like during
What?
a spoon session. Well, you don't spoon for the reason because you fart too much. But sometimes you get your dick in between their legs, and you get a little fart on your dick.
Okay, I may fart
But
in
not
my
shit.
sleep. My butt does not leak.
The girls I date, you get.
They shit when they fart? I one time took a shit that was kind of like that, where I felt like I had to shit. I sat on the toilet, and then I just farted, and I was like, oh, I guess I don't have to take a shit.
What are you talking about? Once you had?
Once I've had it. And then I looked in the
Once?
toilet, and there was like a fucking Subway sandwich-sized turd laying in the fucking bowl. I was like, how did that even happen?
Oh my god.
I know.
You must be young.
Not anymore, dude.
I used to think when I was a kid, because my dad told me, like, I farted in the bathtub, and I was like, what was that? And he goes, oh, every time that happens, a little hair comes out. And then I didn't, like, I thought that, until, like, I was,
Hair?
like, high school, I thought every time you farted, a little hair came out. And
Of
so-
what?
out of your butt. Like I thought it was like your way of putting. I have no idea what I was thinking.
That's the weirdest thing any parent can ever tell a child. Every time you fart, hair grows out of your asshole.
It comes out like a hair pops out of your butthole. And I don't know why my dad just was fucking with me as a kid because he had told me my dick was a peeper, and then when I was like 15, I was like, lick my peeper. And
What's a
she's like,
peeper?
Exactly.
Holy shit, dude. My parents told me some weird stuff. My parents pulled this shit on me once. When I was probably about like 9 or 10, we had this family tradition where we'd all go to my grandparents' house and they would hire a guy dressed up as Santa Claus to come and dish out presents to all the little kids, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm 9 or 10, I'm like, Mom, Dad, I know there's no fucking Santa Claus. You can stop this charade. And they're like, oh, really? So that year, the fucking Santa Claus came in, dressed up, and he gave me a fucking present, as he did all the children. I unwrapped it. It was a shoebox full of fucking coal.
Wow, you got coal for realsies.
For real. Yeah.
Whoa.
Merry Christmas. Praise Christ's name. Reason for the season is to disappoint children.
Okay, so Chad Kultgen, you watch terrible daytime television because it fuels your hatred of the world.
Terrible. Yeah,
The
I do.
View? Yeah, okay.
I haven't watched The View in a while. Ever since Elizabeth Hasselbeck left, Sherry Shepherd is just not as entertaining to me. I liked there being kind of 2 tiers of religious insanity on that show, with Sherry Shepherd at the apex. And now it's just her, really. I mean, everybody else on that show is like, I'm not going to say sensible, but they're at least palatable. It's just not the same. Now I've gone back to the fucking tapping the main vein of Trinity Broadcasting Network. That shit enrages me instantaneously.
I've taken to watching Wendy Williams when I'm at the gym.
She's really good. I like Wendy Williams.
I love Wendy
Yeah,
Williams.
she's funny and like kind of, whatever, rolls with the punches. I like her, yeah. She's very funny.
So good. But every time I watch Wendy Williams, I think of you and your Sherry Shepherd obsession.
Yeah, I hate her.
I got a squirrel update if you want it.
Please.
Have you ever heard of 10 Germans trying to say the word squirrel?
Please let me see that.
Oh my goodness.
We have to say the word squirrel, okay?
Was heißt das überhaupt?
Qualle.
Qualle?
Squirrel. 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 Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Einmal.
Squirrel. 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 Nein, Squirrel. 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 Was Squirrel?
Squirrel.
Is this dick inside of this kid right now?
That kid is his dick.
Squirrel. 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 Squirrel.
Sprayer?
Einmal.
Sprayer?
Falsch.
Sprayer?
Is he better than me?
Squirrel. 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 Squirrel.
That was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Squirrel. Squirrel. Squirrel.
I like how they just make this guy in the fucking straw hat say it a million times in a row.
Squirrel. Squirrel. Say it.
Squirrel. It's a stupid
Squirrel.
word.
Squirrel.
Stupid
It's a
word.
squirrel. Moment.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay. No worry. Okay.
She's like a squirrel.
Squirrel?
Noch.
Squirrel? Squirrel? Come on.
Sounds like you're all saying Skrillex for some reason, whatever. So that was fun.
That was fun.
It's weird how like people from different countries are so much more closer. Like their body, if you're in Germany, you just hug a guy, I guess, or like when you talk to people when they get closer.
Yeah.
And they get your,
Every country in the world is
Yeah.
far more gay than us.
yeah, it's weird.
I know. They're worse than us because of that, I think.
My friend just got back from Europe, and she kept saying that while she was there, she played a game. It was gay or Italian, because you can't tell the difference.
That's hilarious. Gay or Italian?
So I know you want to talk about Grand Theft Auto.
Of course we do.
So,
I don't care.
It's the best game
Jesus
ever.
Christ.
Why don't you care about it? Because you can't play it?
It's only the most
Yeah.
significant cultural event in the video game world of this year, I would say.
Or the world. I mean, it really made $800 million its first day.
Yeah.
It's gonna
And that's
be- it's-
almost $1 billion for some. Imagine a movie coming out. Oh, it made $1 billion.
But movies don't
It's going to be too
take the
hard
same
for me
amount
to
of
play.
time to make as video games do, especially one that intricate.
True.
And I don't have, yeah. No, it's going to be too hard for me to play.
No, it
all
won't.
these games
What are you
are.
talking about?
No, it's not. Because this is a game that you could really just walk around and
Do
fuck up
nothing,
hookers. I mean, I literally don't play the missions as much as most people. Like, I spent the other day going on a boat and going as far as out in the ocean as I can, and like going swimming and smoking pot. Like it was fun.
But why wouldn't you
Like
just do
real
that?
life.
Right, real life.
Yeah.
There's actually the Comedy Store is in the video
Are
game.
you serious?
You gotta be
and,
shitting me.
and you can actually go there and like it's like they have this, like there's a stairway in the back
Dude.
where all the comics go up and we all just smoke weed, and when the online comes out October 31st and we all play it, so all the comics are already getting ready because we're all just going to hang out at the virtual Comedy Store and smoke fake weed. It's like it's
Dude,
badass.
where is the DLC with the Death Squad crew?
Right.
Get some Brian Redban up and some Grand Theft Auto 5.
Exactly. Here's actually the comedy club in the video game is not actually called the same comedy club. In the video game, it's actually called what is it called? Split Sides. And so what we did last night, we were all at the Comedy Store, that we actually changed the marquee to our friend Matt Edgar. Split Sides West presents Matt Edgar.
That is awesome. Do you ever think about things like this? You look at this technology, and this is a perfect example. You're back here, you've got your emulator that has all these old arcade games on it and stuff.
Right.
We have all been alive from the birth of video games until what they've become now. Grand Theft Auto,
Right.
Call of Duty, all this kind of stuff. Does it anger you to know that you will be dead before you get to see the culmination of what eventually media entertainment will become?
Deeply and profoundly.
I hate it. It's
So much.
one of my worst
I want to be
fucking...
cryogenically frozen right now for like
Let's do it.
100 years.
I have it right now. I'm being cryogenically frozen. That's my necklace.
But
That's right. I remember that.
I do remember that. So I can't.
Go for it. Costs about
But how
$110
can you
bucks a
kill
month.
yourself to make sure?
Well, you don't kill yourself. That would null and void your life insurance policy. You have to die, and then they get your corpse and they freeze it, and then hopefully they can resurrect you. I think the chance of that happening, them actually being able to resurrect you, is fucking almost zero, but it's not zero. So I'm rolling those fucking dice.
I think it's pretty possible if it does survive the big boom, and like when the big earthquake happens and California's dead, it's screwed. Like are they just gonna?
Alcor's in
abandon
Arizona.
Oh, so that's
So-
nice.
Well, we'll see. I mean, whatever. The company could fail. They could let all the bodies rot. Who knows? There's a million things that could go wrong. Humanity could just fucking decline. More and more, the older I get, I really am starting to think we are almost at the zenith of human comfort. And very soon it's going to go back down. Very soon we're going to regress into kind of like a caveman era, feudal system, survival of the fittest type shit. And you're not going to want to live on that planet. It's going to be very bad.
I've been reading a lot of like shitty fantasy novels that are taking place in the Middle Ages, and I want to go back to that time, but then I'm like, ew, bad teeth.
Bad teeth. You get to bathe once a fucking month. You live in your own shit.
Literally.
Enjoy. I
Yeah.
read that book you recommended to me, Wool, by the way.
Really good, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It had, I think, some pacing issues, but there were about 300 pages in the middle that I read straight through. But I was like, fuck, I gotta know what happens next. This is really cool idea, all that stuff. I think it's being made into a movie as well.
It is, yeah, and there's going to be some sequels coming out. I read, I've been reading a lot of shitty sci-fi recently. It's kind of been driving me crazy, is that I have been getting a bunch of books from
Yoko Ono?
friends, and she doesn't write science fiction.
No shit. Or do art.
She doesn't do shit.
But yeah, I've been reading, like, there's so much crappy science fiction out there, and I feel like I've been getting, like, all of it. There's this teen series called Divergent and Insurgent. It's god-awful. It's
I wrote that.
fucking awful. Shame on you, Chad Kultgen.
I did not write that.
You got another book coming out, don't you?
I'm working on one right now that'll probably be out sometime next year called Strange Animals. That's all I'll say. No one can know anything else about it, except that if you believe in God or Jesus Christ in any way, you will not like this book.
Oh, snap. Speaking of Jesus Christ, let's watch a little bit of Grand Theft Auto 5 just so we can talk about it, because this is the game that everybody's playing. I mean, this literally, I was up till 7 in the morning the other day, the day it came out. It's amazing what they did with the graphics for such a dying system.
I know.
Both
Jesus
PlayStation
Christ.
and Xbox. There is some parts on here that are just breathtaking, especially the water scenes, and the amount of how big this is, the size of this game. Like, I've been driving around like going crazy, and I'm not even a little bit done with even seeing half the map.
Does Does the fact that you live in LA give you any benefit? Like, how accurate is it to an LA map?
It's not accurate at all. It's
Okay.
it's all very familiar. Like what you do is like when you see the Comedy Store, you're like, oh, Body Shop, strip club's not across the street from it, but
kind of.
But
It's like,
kind
it's
of
on the same street.
right? And then I tried to go to Burbank, and I ended up in Jacob's Ladder or Jacob's or Tree, or whatever. It was just, it's all weird. This is actually, hooker scene. One weird thing to note is that how much trouble they got in the past for like shit like black coffee,
Yeah.
and like nudity scenes that were accidentally put in the game.
Yeah.
This game just goes balls out. There's penises in it. There's boobs in it. There's complete nudity in it. I mean, look at this blowjob scene. That's probably like.
It's pretty graphic.
Pretty
It's
graphic.
very graphic.
Yeah.
Look how big his
Blowjobs.
dick is, too.
I
It
know.
comes up like to the middle of his chest.
Yeah.
That's a
big
pretty
dick.
long dick.
It's a great game.
Yeah, that's the Beverly Center behind them.
Yep.
What parking structure are they in? That doesn't exist.
No.
Yeah.
That would be the Hotel Sofitel.
What I do note is that there is a lot, like there was like a hotel sign the other day that I drove by and I'm like, that looks so familiar. And then I realized that was in Burbank. And I'm like, so they took, what they did is I think they pretty much just drove around, took all like the things that people see all the time and just threw them all together into like, this is LA. But it really is cool. One of the cool things is if you don't kill the hooker, if you could actually start a relationship with her. She'll start calling you on your phone. Here's her now.
That actually is just like real life. There's a couple of hookers I have not killed, and
Yeah.
now I'm in relationships with them.
Wow. I like how she's getting fucked so hard that it's making the bumper move.
She's worth extra money. She gets a good tip for that.
She's really fat, apparently.
Look at that bump.
No, I think she's got like the Xenia on a top pelvis.
It was good. I could watch this all day. She's actually cute. See, the hooker I fucked recently, I killed because she was just fucking gross. Oh my god, he's just going all out. What else is the next? See, and that's another thing. Once you fuck her, you could fuck her again, and it just gets better and better, I guess.
Immediately, he's like, I'm not done, bitch.
Yeah.
It's like dating a 22-year-old.
For a
I can't
20-year-old.
stop staring at this.
Oh, I know.
This is
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's amazing. And this is what happens when you play the game. Because you're actually playing this, you can't stop staring at it. And then next thing you know, you're like, hey, all right, the hooker's gone. What am I going to do now? I think I might, drive around and look at the city. Maybe I'll go play golf. You can golf. Or maybe you can go skydiving.
I guess the thing about me is I really like adventurous men.
Like dudes who fuck hookers on the top of a parking structure across from Beverly Center.
And then there's the
Pretty
classic.
adventurous.
There's the classic. Go home and you can just turn on the TV and there's TV stations and you can just sit
Are
there
you
and watch.
fucking serious?
No,
Well,
and
they
you
had
just-
that in the last one, and
Yeah.
Boss Rootin' was in some of them.
Boss Rootin',
That was
yeah.
fucking awesome,
Oh,
man.
they've gone all out again this time around. They even like some of the art even looks like the art from the guy that did Ren and Stimpy, the old classic.
John
Oh,
Crickfelici.
Yeah, and there's a lot of fucking people in this game that you're just like some of the radio stations have a couple comedian friends that I know.
That's
and,
cool as shit, man.
the guys from the what's that show with that Johnny Knoxville produced with all the Wild West like all those
Wild Boys?
no all those hillbillies that lived.
Oh,
in,
the whites.
The whites.
Wild and crazy
The
whites.
Wild and
or
Wonderful
whatever.
Whites of West
That's it.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Directed by Julian Nitzberg.
Jasso White, I think is his name. He's actually the DJ for one of the radio stations.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
It's so
Jasco White. That guy's
Jasco-
fucking insane.
Yes, and he's a DJ in the game.
Holy
And
shit.
it's just so huge and amazing, and I can't wait for that whatever that Oculus Rift and this to play together. It's just amazing.
Dude, I cannot wait for the fucking Oculus Rift.
I
Like,
get mine next month.
you are getting an Oculus Rift?
Next month.
Vapors?
I told
Lots
you
of
we should
vapors?
try dating for a month until it breaks up, and so
I
I
don't
can.
want what you have. I know that I'm going to come out of this with like
You don't want what
cancer
I
tumors
have. What
on
are you
the fucking
talking
my
about?
cysts.
I just got a full clean report. I did that because I am reborn.
How much did you have to pay to get it?
Actually, it was pretty expensive. I went and got a full health body STD test, everything test, and it. After insurance, I think I still ended up paying like $400 but it was like one of those big ones where they check everything, putting fingers in your butthole and shit like that.
I get one once a year
Do you?
just because I'm fucking horrified of getting
Yeah.
some kind of fucking death disease.
Yeah.
And my doctor always calls me back, and he's like, well, bad news is cholesterol's a little high. Good news, no AIDS. I get that message every year except last year.
Have I told you guys about my amazing gynecologist in New York? She was like the 6 foot tall, like former ballerina, Russian turned doctor, lady parts doctor. And she was so smooth because she would just like get her finger in my ass. And like all of a sudden she'd be having a conversation with me and then her finger would be like all the way in my butthole, checking the back of my cervix for lumps.
Where would her tongue be?
She was making use of it.
Pronouncing squirrel.
Squirrel. Squale.
Yeah, I want to see Russians now saying squirrel. Does that video exist?
Russian saying squirrel.
Can we see? So so John Davis, who's a regular at Drink and Draw, made a short YouTube series. There's 6 episodes of it. It's called John Davis Gets a Sex Robot. It's kind of awesome. I watched all of it today. It also stars wrestling superstar Chris Jericho. Can we roll that trailer?
Sure. Let me just get to the beginning of it. There we go.
As technology takes on the future, what is man's ultimate dream? A world without disease? Flying cars run on salt water to know if God truly exists? Or
in the future, sex robots are invented and they look perfectly human. Can we get one?
Is this like a deal breaker?
Ricky Lindholm.
Greetings from Sakamoto Enterprises. How may I be of service?
You got a sex robot. Guess you're gonna wanna have sex with it.
How are boobs? They feel natural? I haven't gotten there yet. Are you kidding me? You gotta jizz it up, bro!
So Rob had sex with it.
Such an asshole.
So it's not that he had sex with it, it's that you have to clean it.
Right. I just wanted a sex toy that I could grow old with. She's a sex robot?
You're a myriad of disappointments. I'm not gonna do it with the robot.
Vagina is full. Vagina is full.
Huge natural boobs. Throw in the back of your car and jizz it up, bro. Is saying that your new thing now? I'm trying it out.
Wow.
Funny stuff.
That's great.
This is so awesome.
Weirdly,
No.
yeah, this is kind of fun.
Yeah. Imagine how fun it would be if we all had sex.
That looked great.
Here's the problem with that. As soon as you have a viable sex robot, the Ricky Lindholm character doesn't exist anymore. That girlfriend's gone. Why do you need her around?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sex robots, ladies and gentlemen, will be a thing of the near future. They will exist in our lifetime. They may look as real as a human being. There will be sex robot whorehouses in this very city. I will own one, and I will be the proprietor. That's not a joke. And what it will do to human sexual interactions and human relationships is end them between men and women.
Well, they already have that problem in Japan. They're one of the biggest reasons that they have a declining birth population issue is that men are so used to masturbating that when it comes to actually putting a penis in a vagina, their penises don't work that way.
What?
I think Japanese women are just too shy.
Yeah. I need a bitch who can do some things in the sack.
Okay, so at least about a quarter of the questions that I get from my column, The Dirty Details in Penthouse Forum, is about men that masturbate too much and too violently and now cannot...
I'm sorry, what? Too violently? What the fuck are they
They
doing?
death grip their ween, and so the sensation that they get from putting their penis inside a vagina is not enough sensation to cause them to ejaculate.
I could tell them that they're all pussies and that's fake and they have some other problems that they need to get a doctor to.
Yeah.
Because I masturbate up to 6 times a day for the last 39 years. I started when I was a
Zero.
baby.
6 times a
Fuck,
day?
man.
I came out with my dick in my hands and I have no problem.
I would say I masturbate daily. It's not 6 times a
Yeah.
day. Sometimes multiple times a day, but still no problem fucking. I mean, there's no matter how hard I can grip my dick or how much porn I watch or any of that shit, a fucking chick's naked body in front of me is way better than any of that.
Yeah,
Always.
way
In every
better.
case.
Yeah. And I'm talking gripping both hands even.
Jesus, dude.
Both hands?
But both hands around one another, right? To apply more fucking force like that.
Have you guys seen the trailer for the new JGL movie, Don John?
Yeah.
So good.
No, let's talk about this.
All right,
Has anyone seen the movie?
No, not yet. It's not out yet.
someone might have been able to see it. I have not seen it. I'm very curious. I'm so on the fence about this fucking movie because it looks like it could be fantastic. But then it's also, there's that one clip where he's talking about, he's like, you ever get a clip of porn and you really like it? And then it cuts to the guy's face. That to me is like such a fucking amateur way to kind of dissect porn. It's like, yeah, that's something we can all laugh about on the surface, but not really getting into like, no, let's really talk about how guys watch fucking porn. It has nothing to do with like, oh, there's a guy's face in it. No, I don't like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's watch this trailer.
It's almost like a sitcom-y version.
Things I really care about in life. My body, my pad, my ride, my family, my church, my boys, my girls, and my porn. My body, my pad, my ride, my family, my church, my boys, my girls, my porn. Body, pad, ride, family, church, boys, girls.
That's her?
That's definitely her.
She's a dime.
Oh, this girl's more than a dime for
Oh my God, were you in love with this girl already?
Sure, I've seen this girl.
Oh my God, what's her name? What's her name?
Why'd you say yes to me?
You're just gonna have to wait to find out.
All right, I got time.
You're cute, I like you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Listen, you want to know the truth? You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
You like movies?
I don't watch too many movies. The pretty woman, the pretty man, and they drive off into the sunset. Everyone knows it's fake.
I love movies like that, you know?
Great. But they watch it like it's real life.
Baby.
What are you doing?
I was just reading emails.
No, you weren't.
She caught me watching porn.
That's it?
Right? Oh!
How do you watch that?
How do you watch all the stupid movies that you watch?
Movies and porno are different, John. They give awards for movies.
They give awards for porn, too. So, there's only a few things I really care about in life. I don't know if I really want a wife and kids.
Oh, look what you did.
I look like a grandmother, but do I have any grandchildren?
If you want to lose yourself, you have to lose yourself in another person. It's a two-way thing. I thought you were different.
And maybe it's time to try something new.
Okay,
That's
so
awesome.
if I may, the beginning of that trailer where he starts doing the quick clips, family, church, porn,
Right.
I believe that piece of the trailer will be better than the entire movie. And there are problems with this that I think that we can see from the beginning. I'm going to see this movie, don't get me wrong.
Right.
I think it could be a good movie, but I don't know, dude. I mean, the message that watching porn is bad. Clearly, in this movie, he's going to have to make a choice between the porn and the girl's going to have to get him in the end, he's going to watch some chick flick and be like, oh, this looks good.
Unless there's that crazy twist where he's putting a dildo in her butt while they're watching porn together, and it's this happy ending of porn.
I don't know if you saw Tony Danza. America's Tony Danza is in that movie. He would not have taken that role had that been a scene in that fucking movie, okay?
Wait.
Who's the boss?
What's this movie rated? That will tell us, right?
Oh, please.
Yeah.
It's rated R.
Is it?
Oh, it hasn't
has
been
to
rated
be.
yet. Wait, no, it's got to be rated.
Yeah. I saw a poster for it at the ArcLight yesterday.
If it's not rated R,
Then you might be on to something.
then it's horrible. I can already tell you that.
Okay,
Well,
here we go.
It would be rated R, NC-17. It wouldn't be rated anything else.
PG-13.
Well, so far,
can't
Rotten
make
Tables
that
is giving it
movie-
83%, which is not bad. The movie is rated,
They can't make a movie that's
R.
about a porn addiction rated PG-13.
and it's
Yeah, they
rated
can.
R. It's rated R,
See?
and it's with 83%. I believe in this movie.
I'm definitely going to see it. I'm just saying I am very skeptical of it being a good movie. I think it's one of those things that's like, here's a great idea for a movie, and here's the like shitty version of that movie.
So I was going to go see The Grandmaster a couple nights ago, which I was really excited to see because it's a new Wong Kar-wai movie. And I got to the movie theater, and they're like, oh, yeah, Fandango's totally wrong. And so I ended up going to see Riddick, which was actually pretty fun. I kind of liked it.
I haven't seen it yet. I like the first movies, though.
Yeah, I I wasn't excited for it, like, because I wasn't geared up for it. I was like, I thought I was going to see something else, and I was like, oh, well, I'm here, I might as well see a movie.
Mhm.
Walked into Riddick, and it was fun. It was good. Katie Sackhoff nipple, like,
How was it?
a little BSG nipple. I mean, it's Katie Sackhoff. I mean, I love her. Just got,
But I mean, how was her nipple?
That's pretty good. I got tender lady feelings for her, and you know, I don't think we've seen a nipple of hers in anything else, have we?
I've only ever seen her in Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. So
Which was a television show.
I had been swearing off big budget movies, but I did see Riddick, and I deeply enjoyed it. It's got all the things that we expect from that franchise. It's got Vin Diesel being Vin Diesel, which is hilarious at all times.
Yeah.
I
like that character, though. Have either of you guys seen Insidious 2? I saw this movie last weekend, and let me tell you guys this. This is one thing that's in it. It's kind of a spoiler, but who cares? There's a thing in the very beginning where they're looking at a videotape, and they see it's a videotape of this young kid, and they see in the background that young kid as an adult, which he now is in the movie, like as a ghost figure in the background. And they're like, how is that fucking possible? And it's kind of a question throughout the movie. So in the scene where that's answered, where it tells you how it's possible that he, as an adult, has fucking time traveled back and is in this thing, I'm not shitting you. It's revealed, and one of the main characters who's watching that revelation then turns almost to camera, just slightly off camera, as though addressing a character who's not there, and says this line, "Oh, I guess that explains that." That's literally in the fucking movie. I was like, wait, what? All you have to do is cut that out, and it doesn't. It was hilarious,
amazing.
though. Yeah, so I guess that explains that.
So
I want that to be the last line of every fucking movie that's ever made. Some characters just like, that explains that.
I'm on MrSkin.com right now, and Katie Sackhoff has not done nudity, but I guess her career is in a bit of a downslide because I go through her filmography, and it's like sexy, sexy, sexy. And her only 2 nude listings are for Riddick in 2013 and Oculus, which is coming out in 2014. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Or are they rising? She's doing nudity.
Yeah,
you're
they're
saying,
rising.
in 2 movies,
Talking
right?
about-
Back to back.
Back to back.
Get it while you can. Eventually,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna want to see that nipple.
Yeah. I agree.
Father Time is a cruel master.
Okay, so Chad Kultgen, you're a professional screenwriter.
That's right.
I see so many terrible movies with such giant gaping plot holes. Like, how does that happen?
A fucking myriad ways. The most common is probably excessive rewrite. So when a studio buys a script, comedy and action are the most likely to fall prey to this. They'll buy a script that they like, and there will invariably be rewrites, especially if it's comedy, because they'll want joke punch-ups and all this kind of stuff. And as they bring in more and more entities to do that, the rewrites get bigger and bigger. And it's now not just a joke punch-up. Now they're changing plot elements. They're changing characters. So tonally, all the jokes are different, which I think is very weird in a comedy, but it happens in a lot of big studio comedies. And also plot-wise, they'll rearrange things just to fit a scene. The guys who are rewriting it now want to put a scene in they think is funny. And it doesn't fit the story necessarily, but now it's in there. And so it's in there for the gags and the jokes, but it fucking derails the whole story. Action movies are almost the exact same thing.
The worst. I haven't seen an action movie that's made sense in I don't know how long. Actually, Riddick kind of made sense. Kind of did.
How about, you know what? And this movie didn't do well, sadly. Didn't do as well as they hoped it would. Pacific Rim, for me, was like a pretty well-written fucking movie. You know, it's not trying to like change the world. It's not on Yoko Ono's level of art, let's say. It's not making me think about what I am as a human being or anything. But in terms of just like a big robot versus big monster movie, it was exactly what you wanted it to be. And I thought the plot and the writing and characters and stuff were like a notch slightly above what you would expect from like a Transformers or something. I highly recommend that movie in terms of that genre.
Okay. Are you watching anything good right now, Redban, other than your Grand Theft Auto 5?
No, just Grand Theft Auto. There's nothing really. There's no reason to do anything else right now.
I rewatched Constantine because I had seen that movie when I was a teenager before I really got into comic books and realized that Constantine was like this amazing series written with like Wynne Ellis and Garth Ennis and all these amazing writers that I love. And I rewatched it like a couple weeks ago, and holy crap, that movie's
a good movie.
Awesome.
It's a pretty cool movie, yeah. I like that movie a lot.
So good. Like, and Rachel Weisz is yum.
And God, what is that girl's name? The one who plays Gabriel.
Oh my God,
The redhead.
Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, she's amazing in that.
So good. Have you seen what is that site? Is it Tilda Stardust?
Oh
okay,
God.
so there is.
Oh my God, this sounds terrifying and amazing simultaneously.
There is a blog it's called Tilda Stardust, and it is dedicated to the belief that Tilda and Bowie are one person. And it's kind of a magical land. If you want to fall down an internet hole, man, do I recommend it.
Okay, so let's be honest about the internet, about where we exist as a society here. We're very lucky to exist in the time that the internet does, right?
Yes.
But we're not going to see its final form. Does that piss you off? We're only seeing the stumblings. We're seeing the wheel. We're seeing like the Model T. We'll never fucking see the Ferrari.
Well, we're back to this. But yeah, no, it infuriates me. Since I was a little girl,
because the internet's so good right now, it's going to get so much better.
All I want to do is see the future, and I'm not going to live in a world where, like, a fucking schmo like me? I don't know. Someone...
What?
Well, okay, because I want to go into space. And the thing is...
You can do that in your lifetime.
Space travel is like... I want to be able to go and, like, drink on another planet. Like, I want to go to the Tatooine...
Not going to do that in your lifetime.
Cantina. Like, I want there to be, like, space pirates, like Galaxy Express 39. And I want there to be, like... grimy engineers that work, I'm like the Kayleys of the world.
Here's your problem.
Serendipity.
You live on a planet where almost everyone believes they're going to an afterlife, so there's no need to get off planet Earth or extend human lifespan to infinite, which, in fact, those are the only two things we should be doing, trying to get off planet Earth and live forever. That's it. Those are the only two fucking things that matter.
Would you want to
Wars,
be like
all that shit, bullshit.
the last human in Doctor Who, the woman that's just turned herself
I don't watch Doctor Who.
Sorry.
What happened?
I just got sick. Food poisoning from hearing Doctor Who.
I don't watch it. I don't watch the show.
Don't ever watch that show.
I won't.
You guys are such different flavors of nerds. I feel like you guys should just do the show without me.
What do you mean?
Nobody loves me, okay?
Doctor Who, the new Doctor Who, is nothing but horrible, bad acting.
I used to watch Doctor Who when I was a tiny
David Tennant
kid.
is amazing. How do you like the wine that you're drinking, Brian Redban?
I don't have any wine.
Doctor Who
I
made
gave
that
you a
wine.
glass of
Okay.
I am done with my wine. I've been done. But this is wine. It's really good.
So
It's got a lot of flavors.
I brought something special in tonight because tonight's a weird night. And it's called The Prisoner. It's my favorite bottle of wine that's broadly commercially available.
The Prisoner.
It's no, I got tons. It's by a vintner named Oren Swift. He makes a couple other wines that I really enjoy, like Papillon and Isosceles. They are spectacular. It's a Syrah blend. The Syrah is one of my favorite grapes. This is actually probably my second favorite wine of all time. My first favorite wine is the Reserve Petite Syrah from Porteous Winery in Zilla, Washington.
Jesus.
This is my second favorite because it's I love a good Syrah blend, a good West Coast Syrah blend. So, yeah, mainly I'm on a diet and I'm not allowed to drink beer or anything.
Well,
only thing I can drink on this diet is red wine.
Well,
so it's turning me into a wino.
I love Syrah. That's my favorite wine also. This is actually amazing. I would highly recommend this. How much is this bottle of wine?
This was a birthday gift. If you're at a nice steak restaurant, it'll be on the menu for somewhere between 90 and 110.
Wow. Like, what would you say retail? Like 30, 40 bucks, 50 bucks?
Retail is like 60, 70.
Wow, this is really good.
It is very good. I agree. I'm not even a big wine drinker, but I can tell this is.
And drinking out of paper cups really adds to the.
Well, a lot of people don't know that.
The bouquet.
But Yoko Ono discovered it in 1968. That if you drink out of a paper cup, the wine has a fuller body.
Yeah, it gives you paper
If you
cups.
while you're standing on a ladder, of course.
It's you're on a diet, but you're drinking wine. That's weird.
This is why I'm on this diet. I'm doing somewhere between the 4-Hour Body and the Dr. Joel Fuhrman diet. Basically,
What the fuck? I don't know what either one of those are. What's the 4-Hour Body? I'll do that one.
4-Hour Body's good. I actually know
it's the Tim
the
Ferriss
author,
diet.
Tim Ferriss. I know him.
So what do you do? What do you do on the 4-Hour Body?
I have a serious issue. Okay, so I enjoy the 4-Hour Body. Tim Ferriss may be a wonderful human being, but I'm so disgusted with hearing about his sex life. Like, I need a version of the 4-Hour Body that edits out like all of his sexuality.
What's the conceit of the 4-Hour Body?
Because he did the 4-Hour work week, and it's like
No, but like, what do I do?
4 hours a week that can make your body perfect.
Oh, okay. So that's what it is. For 4 hours in your week, any 4 hours you choose, you have to do a certain regimented exercise thing, right?
Certain regimented exercise involves like ice baths and whatnot, but it's
ice baths.
Oh yeah, because
I'm out.
Here's Tim Ferriss, the author of the book right there, wearing a nice Death Squad shirt.
Oh. I thought you were playing a clip.
Yeah, I thought that was a video too. I was just like waiting for him to start fucking talking. It never happened.
Yeah, no, but I'm sorry, Tim Ferriss. You gross me out. I don't want to hear about your sex life.
What are you talking about? What do you mean even talk about his sex life?
When you read his book, even if you just read the diet chapters, he keeps talking about his voracious sex drive, and I'm not comfortable with it.
Why? You're a very sexual person.
Yeah.
I don't want Tim
You're
Ferriss's
going to take that bottle
sexuality.
home and shove it up you tonight.
I am not goatsy,
Jesus
okay? I am not
Christ.
motherfucking goatsy. No, you've seen the picture of goatsy. You know what was
Yeah,
in
I know what
yeah.
goatsy is. No one fucking under the age of 30 probably knows what goatsy is.
Right.
How about that? How about that, guys? We're old enough to have fucking internet memes that young people don't even know about. Now, this is getting into a weird fucking meta world of what contemporary media is to me. There's certain internet memes, for example, let's say a girl who's 20 years old wouldn't know goatsy. Wouldn't maybe even know Chocolate Rain, Tay Zonde.
Maybe. I don't know. I think still maybe like she's at a cookie store getting some cookies.
Can you pull up the original goatsy?
No, I can't.
It doesn't exist, right?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's
What's it on now?
Discovered,
Google image search.
I
That's
discovered
fucking great.
something that went viral like 2 years too late, and I finally just saw that I'm a Smania video.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Those guys have a bunch of videos.
That was so good.
They're
Turquoise
blue,
Jeep?
Turquoise Jeep. I was gonna say blue tractor, but see, so that's even what I'm talking about. Like that was an internet meme for a little while, and it's kind of like faded from my memory. But to me, internet memes are as culturally important as any fucking TV show, movie, whatever, because they shape what we're all talking about. Nothing will ever be that influential, but you know what I'm saying? It's a weird fucking thing. So it's just another thing to add into the group of when you're talking to someone like, oh, have you seen this TV show, this movie? Have you seen this internet thing? And the internet's been out long enough, generation gaps are small enough that it's becoming a thing that will delineate your age. The internet memes that you know. Like I remember fucking Turquoise Jeep.
Yeah.
Somebody who's 20 years old doesn't know that shit.
Raptor Jesus.
All that. Yeah.
Okay, so going back to art, and because I was on the Tilda Stardust page, Tilda Swinton did an art piece where she went into MoMA and slept in a glass box in flannel.
Fucking,
naked?
That's not art.
No, in a flannel.
Yeah, isn't there a chick who does that in the fucking Standard Hotel
Yeah.
every day?
She's a fucking brilliant artist.
Yeah. Great.
And she gets paid $8 an hour.
Exactly,
I
dude.
always wanted that job, and the day that I realized that I was like too old to have that job, I was very, very disappointed in myself. Like that's gonna go down to one of my regrets because those girls get paid to sleep and surf the internet. It's kind of amazing.
But you are in a coffin. I don't know if you've witnessed that. I'd be fucking, no way can I do that shit. I'd be punching the fucking glass like 1 second in. Let me the fuck out of here.
I don't
No
know.
way.
It might not work with my sleep farting. I might be like,
You gas yourself out.
dude, okay, so this shit's about to get real.
Uh-oh.
Do I want to? I don't want to tell this story, do I?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so I'm on this. My new diet is like somewhere between the 4-hour body and the Dr. Joel Foreman diet, and so it's called.
All farts all the time.
So it's called it's the greens and beans diet. And I had farts so stinky last night, I woke myself up.
With the smell.
With the smell alone.
Holy shit.
Well, you've been eating that. Wait, what have you been eating? I mean, because I know you like your tacos and nachos and bean burritos.
I haven't been eating any of that. See, the thing is that Mexican food does not make me gassy, which is my Latin superpower.
Wow.
I just want to put it out there for the fucking record. There are people who die in their sleep because they don't smell the smoke from their house burning. Your fucking farts were so potent, the smell woke you up.
It's true.
Wow.
And this is why I am forever alone.
See, I don't care because I'll get revenge. Like if we're both in bed and I smell that shit, oh trust me, I'll get my revenge.
I will say this to you guys. This is a personal admission. I have never farted, to my knowledge, in front of a woman unless it's been in my sleep. I won't do it.
Oh, no.
Oh, I do.
I don't
Never.
Do it.
But nor do I fault a woman for farting in front of me. I mean, it's bodily function. You can't hold it in. You shouldn't hold it in. However, if I am taking a shit or a piss, I don't want a woman walking into the bathroom on me, which has happened.
I hate that.
I'm like, what are you fucking doing?
I gotta brush my teeth.
It's like, I'm shitting in this room where you're trying to brush your fucking teeth. One is cleaning, one is not. Get out of here. But
Wait, someone has tried to walk in and stay in once they know that you're pooping?
Yeah. Once it gets comfortable enough, yeah. I've had a girl.
See, I've never had a relationship get that comfortable.
Oh man, I had a relationship that was so comfortable that this girl was shitting. We were drunk though. She was shitting, and I was like, I gotta really piss bad, and she's just like, so I pissed in between her legs when she was shitting.
Wait, were you sitting on her lap though?
I was backward spider. You know, like when you're on a swing set and,
Yeah,
and you know.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
That is my nightmare. This is why we're never going to date, because you were willing
No,
to go
I didn't
that
say I
place
enjoyed
in a
that.
relationship.
Yeah.
But you went there.
He's just saying he needs it to get a boner. I will say this. I've gotten comfortable enough in a relationship that I was able to piss in a woman's open mouth and then shit in her mouth and then murder her.
You're full of
No,
lies.
no, I've never done that.
I have
nor
peed on
would I
someone,
specifically.
but it was kind of the death of our relationship.
At whose behest?
I peed
He
inside
asked me
a
to
girl
pee on him.
in a shower.
You
in
peed
high school.
inside a vagina?
This girl that I've said this before, but this girl that I dated in high school, one of her things that she loved was having sex in the shower and having me pee inside of her because she felt like it was coming, like I was coming inside of her.
Did she want you to come inside of her?
In high school, I didn't come inside of her because she was not on birth control because she was like 17.
dude. I guess when you're fucking 17, dude, you
Yeah.
can piss with a boner or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
no,
I
no.
can piss with a boner now.
Oh, no. You can't piss with a boner?
No, dude. I gotta wait for the boner to go down.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. So, like, you've never woken up in the morning
Yeah.
and had to do, like, that weird Bambi on the ice
Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
push it down? Just
For
so you
sure.
can-
For sure.
Well, you can piss
but
with
it
a
has
boner.
to go a little soft.
Oh, no, I do it rock hard, man.
No
I
shit.
just have to, like, push it down and, like, stand weird, and usually half of it splats everywhere, and then I have to, like, clean up the whole entire bathroom.
I'll try it. I usually
Yeah.
hold it back until the dick gets a little limp.
Oh.
I'll try it, though. I'll
yeah.
try pissing with a full boner
I can't believe you've never
tomorrow
pissed
morning.
with a boner.
No, man.
You know what the best is, like pissing with a boner outside, like when you're just like,
Well, what?
straight up, like I'm not even touching my dick.
What do you mean
It's-
outside? You walk outside your fucking front door?
No, my backyard. I have a backyard, so I have the ability to just piss wherever I want, and so
That's
like I'll
great.
just be like, hey, I think I'll piss on this bush.
But you wake up in the morning in your bed, boner, ready to pee, and you go outside and piss instead of going
No,
to the toilet.
I go right to the bathroom and I stand weird and push it down, and it gets everywhere and shit like that.
Well,
This is
what's
why
this
we're never
pissing
dating.
outside then?
Let's
No,
add
I mean
this to the list.
it's fun to do that also, like at night. At night, like if you have a boner and you could just piss in, like free for all. Like I
night
think
boner.
it's what's that? Freestyle pissing.
What?
I did. Okay, I will.
I'm the
say,
national junior Southwest champion, quadrant 4, freestyle pissing.
Over the 4th of July. I spent 4th of July on a very nice sailboat, and I hung off the edge of the boat and peed off the boat, which I was very proud of.
Oh, see, that's hot.
Nice, yeah.
That did not work well.
I don't like to pee outside, shit outside, or be outside, ladies and gentlemen.
I've only shit outside twice in my whole life.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't you go camping
done
when
it
you were a
once.
kid?
Boy Scouts, but I always stayed at places that had bathrooms.
And you
know
had
what
to
I mean?
get the semen out.
Except once, yeah. Yeah, I had to the semen. I mean, it's old man semen. Get
Yeah.
that out of me.
That's right.
Oh, Santorum.
Yeah, I don't like being outside. I shit outside once when I was in grade school. We were out on the playground playing soccer, and I had to take a shit really bad. Couldn't run all the way back up to the fucking school, so there's a row of trees out by the soccer field, and they took a giant fucking shit. And then the next day, me and one of my friends were out behind a soccer ball rolled in there, and we go out into the trees, and this was a secret. And he sees the fucking turd from the next day, for the prior day, and he's like, "Oh my god, that turd must have been a big dog." And I was like, "Yep, must have been." I didn't reveal it because I was so embarrassed.
I had this
that I'd
problem.
shit.
I had this problem growing up that when I laughed, I would piss myself. Like I
Holy
couldn't
fuck, dude.
stop pissing when I was laughing. So like on the playground, I would piss myself and from laughing, and then I would like the swing sets used to have these big metal poles, and I would like just wipe my dick up and down these poles trying to dry it, and I got in trouble from humping a pole, and then I had to tell the teacher that no, I wasn't humping the pole. Please don't get me in trouble. I was trying to wipe my pee off on the pole.
Right. God damn, dude. That's some psychologically scarring shit as a child, right? You've kept that with you, obviously.
I don't think I've ever said that.
I peed myself once. It was
Confessions.
so Seattle was a test market for Surge, which was like Mountain Dew with like 3 times the caffeine in it.
I've still got a case in my apartment.
Are you serious?
No.
So and they were selling like the liter bottles for like 57 cents. And when you're 11 years old, like you can totally afford 2 liters of
Surge.
So I did that. And we'd been playing in the park all day, and there wasn't a place to go pee in the park. And one of my friends got me laughing so hard I peed myself. And because I'd had 2 bottles of Surge, it was like the pee that wouldn't end. Mm-hmm. It was the worst because like I just wanted to stop peeing and I couldn't.
Do you think maybe that peeing when you're a kid is because shit was funnier when you're a kid, or just that you were just retarded and like build up the dick muscle yet to like hold it in?
Wait, peeing your pants?
Yeah, because I mean, Jesus, what the? You threw that. She threw that at. She just threw the lighter at me, full like baseball style.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
really
saw
bad
that
at
shit.
sports.
I'll back that up. That was like an 80-mile-an-hour fucking fastball.
So we didn't talk about this, but this is not a conversation for air. But considering nothing that we've said tonight has been a conversation for air.
How dare you?
Seriously? So
I'm being professional tonight.
Andrew, who plays Magic the Gathering with us, also works at an adult softball league. And I was like, oh.
Softball?
Yeah.
I play baseball. Sorry.
Softball.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, you don't do the thing?
No. We play baseball, okay? You know what I'm saying? Baseball.
I don't know. I threw it at you. You're supposed to catch it.
And I also play racquetball,
It's true.
which I tore my ACL
Racquetball's
doing.
awesome.
Yeah, racquetball's really fun. I like it a lot. Other than the injuries.
Why'd you bring that up?
Because I ran out of things to talk about, and we should have ended this podcast before we got into the shit conversation.
What? No, it's great.
You want to talk more about poop?
Yes, I could talk about poop
Why
all
not?
day long.
Why wouldn't you? The good Lord Jesus Christ designed us to take shits. Anyone out there who believes in fucking intelligent design, let me ask you how intelligent this design is. I'm going to go ahead and make these fucking creatures with 2 holes. One, they have to constantly put shit in, and the other hole is going to have foul-smelling, nasty shit coming out of it every day. That's a good design.
Yeah.
Okay, but if
Fucking
we're in the Matrix
idiots.
and we are designed in the Matrix, then someone did design us intelligently.
No, not necessarily. Somebody could have fucking written a program. It's very likely this is how we're going to create artificial intelligence. We're going to write a program in a computer that says, create artificial intelligence. And then through a series of trial and error programs within that original program, it's going to devise legit AI, and we won't really know how it did it. So let's say that is kind of a given, that's how we're going to really create it. Because it's going to have to be self-learning, self-teaching to some degree. We're not going to be able to just build that out. So if that's the case, it could have been the same in our simulation. Somebody could have just said, like, we'll build a universe. So the simulation essentially is we're going to pack all these variables into one thing, and we're going to hit enter. And those variables are going to go wild, and we'll watch what happens. And that's the Big Bang. Mm-hmm. We're just variables that have fucking coalesced into these eating, shitting, fucking, pissing,
farting,
sleeping, farting, killing, loving, hating things that someone may or may not even be fucking watching. Because once you give into simulation theory, you also have to be prepared for the eventuality, really the reality, that it's far more likely we're not just a single simulation created by some other entities who are watching it intently. We are far more likely to be a simulation buried in an infinite layer of simulations created by other simulations that no one gives a fuck about, that we're just fucking spin-offs of the giant simulation that is creating all of this stuff.
And thank you so much for making his Dark Materials make a lot more sense.
If there was a Jesus, we would be able to piss out of our butthole and not piss. We wouldn't have to piss out of
my butthole.
Dude,
Okay,
how about this?
It's
How about
called
this?
Prairie fire shots.
Lizards and fucking birds have things called cloacas that
Yes.
are assholes and fucking
Dick.
bladders
Yeah.
in one.
Yeah.
They shit and piss out of the same fucking hole, the same fucking shit. It's a far more efficient system than what we have, than what
Yes.
human beings have.
And the
Advanced.
creatures in Hyperion have that same system. It's true.
Guys, I installed a cloaca last week. It's fucking great.
It's in my mouth.
That's right.
Dude, imagine if we could poop out of our mouth.
That was a South Park episode where they
Oh,
ate
that's
through their
right.
assholes and shit out of their mouths. It was so fucking
That
good.
was so good.
It was genius. So fucking good. So fucking good.
Imagine trying to eat lasagna in your butt, like putting lasagna in there. You'd have to push it in there with a stick.
Well, you'd eat assuming that you can't taste through your asshole.
Chopsticks.
You'd eat with a level of fucking health that no one on planet Earth. All you'd be doing is like shoving spinach, broccoli, and fucking protein powder up your asshole.
Yeah.
That's all you'd ever
That's
do.
my diet right now, but it's going the other way.
We should take our tongues out, put it in our butts, and try it.
Now you got it, guys. Amateur vivisection night. When are we doing that?
See.
We gotta gotta stop this madness.
All right then.
Yeah.